You roll with chicky rappers, now we rebuke them. You roll with picky lovers, now we refuse them. You see them city sluggers, yeah, we recruit them. We ain't no blind sheep, so we teach for the movement. Look out for one another. Look in, so you recover. Look out.
Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com with
Aaron Lobliner. It's part of the Pro Bliners.
Yeah, the Pro Bliners. Now check it out, guys. I'm getting a lot of questions about how Aaron peaked for his show to win his pro card. And I figure, yeah, it was 6 weeks ago. I figured what better way to answer that than with Aaron, because frankly, I forgot what the hell we did. A lot of peaking people that a lot of trainers don't realize is it changes every show. Like I brought him in 100% different the show before than this show, because here's the thing: he was a lot leaner. He was experienced. He had an extra show under his belt. And he'd gotten older, his stress levels could have been different. There's so many variables involved in prep, and that's why if John or myself are taking you in the shows, we literally want pictures taken throughout the day. Now the lucky part was I was with him.
That made it better.
So I literally was there saying, okay, do this, do that. Now he remembers better than I do what we did, but essentially Monday through Wednesday, the diet remained the same, and don't copy
training,
and don't copy his diet because it's his diet.
Yeah.
People say, "Hey, are you a low carb guy, a high carb guy?" I'm not a guy. I'm a chick. No, I don't believe in one plan. It depends on the individual. I have some clients on higher fat, lower carb, some on higher carb. It depends on the person. So anybody saying a generic plan is better than another generic plan obviously has never worked with a lot of people like I have. Thousands of people, you know, John and I have worked with, and we're able to bring them in. So, okay, Monday through Wednesday, his diet was, let's say, this is about right, 30 grams of carbs, got what, 6 times?
Twice.
So 30,
Monday through Wednesday, I was at 60.
30 grams twice a day, and then we'd have 42 grams of protein, 6 meals a day, and then fat was at 10 grams. Now remember, for my brother, because he's busy and he travels, there's another thing you gotta realize. Like the whole macro counting thing wouldn't work for him. He leaves for the day, and he's traveling.
Taking little Tupperwares in my backpack.
So he's able to pre-pack his food. So he went by the diabetic exchange, which means that for chicken, for example, there's 2 grams of fat per 20 grams of protein. We don't count that fat. For carbs in Ezekiel bread, there's some protein in there. We don't count that protein. Now there are foods you count both, like salmon, which is higher in fat. However, for him, it was the diabetic.
I didn't have salmon just to make that easier. I had tilapia. Right?
Yeah,
so like, it was easy.
I just wanted to have an aside on that. So Thursday, what did we do?
Well, so I just want to clarify one thing. So if you were to copy and paste somebody, like a regimen for somebody, will that work?
It would probably work somewhat.
That's what that was done in the past.
It would fail miserably.
It does. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to win. If you want to do that, copy and paste doesn't work. So
you need a trainer who's going to be all up in your dish.
I think the point was it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about personalization, right?
Yeah,
because everybody's different. Every situation's different.
I hate when people email me like X amount of pounds, and you fuckers know who you are. How many calories? What should my macros be? Well, I don't fucking know.
Right.
I got to work with you. The first week, I usually is a feel week for me and my clients, where I have to feel them out. I check weight every day. Every client of mine sends in their weight daily. One thing it does, it lets them realize that if they cheat, and they're going to be honest, I'm going to catch them.
I think you missed those pictures at 5 a.m. when you said I'm sending you glute shots at 5 in the morning.
Nothing like seeing your brother's naked ass every morning.
Oh, he liked it.
All right, so Thursday.
So basically, Monday through Wednesday, I mean, last leg day was Sunday.
Yes.
Monday through Wednesday was normal training. I was doing high volume training, intensity level didn't change, diet didn't change. So really, peak week started on Thursday, essentially.
Yes.
So Thursday, Thursday and Friday, training changed. Just lighter, flooding the blood into the muscle. 3 sets of 15, upper body only, no abs, no cardio, and it was just nowhere near failure. But it was just lots of blood. Diet wise, basically we kept the protein and fat basically the same, and we added in some more carbs. So I went from 60 to 120. Actually, Marc, looking at me on Thursday night, says, "Dude, you need a little bit more carbs." We had another 60. So Thursday was $180.
Yeah, and also when I'm carbing up, I like if you're gonna have 6 meals of carbs. Now I do like spreading into meals. So all you, if it fits your macros, fuckers, don't work with me. Because pre-contest, I want that shit controlled, and I want to be able to tell meal by meal every 2 to 3 hours, depending on who you are. Some people might need it every 2 hours. But for him, I looked at him at night and I'm like, you need more carbs. And with sweet potato, why? The high potassium content, and also the fact it has some liquid in it. It's good stuff. It's high in micronutrients, and it digests really easy. I mean, for a small little 8-ounce serving, you get 60 grams of carbs, so it's not going to stuff them up.
Exactly. No,
and that's 100% bro science. If you don't like it,
tastes good though. It tastes good. And I think I had Ezekiel once or twice. It wasn't.
Oh, he was allowed to have Ezekiel. He had other carb sources.
Ezekiel, right? But it was all clean stuff. There was no Pop-Tarts and shit like that. So then Friday, basically same type of training. And then as we were traveling to the show that day, carbs went up big time. So I think we had 300, and then you added another 60. So we had basically 6 meals of 60 grams of carbs on Friday. So as we started to basically go from 60, it ended up being 180, went being 360 as we got into Friday.
Yeah, and he was. It was one of those things where I looked at him and I'm like, okay, we're filling out good. Everything was coming in perfectly. And this is where water comes in. We don't cut water. What happened is around 8 p.m. on Friday night, we went from guzzling water like we're thirsty as hell, but we're not. Went from literally forcing water down, which is what we always do.
Right.
It's a normal day. To sips. Basically, if you're thirsty, drink. I don't think anybody should cut water. And diuretics, even dandelion root, uva ursi, why? He was shredded.
I did not need. I cut water at 6. I didn't drink much at all. But if I was thirsty, I had a sip.
Let me put it to you this way: your body stores water in the subcutaneous. If you have no subcutaneous fat, where the fuck is the water going to come from? It's going to come from your muscle. It's going to make you look flat. It's going to make you look ugly, and it's going to make your mother a whore. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that he's keeping all the water in his muscle, and we're going to make sure that he's in the greatest shape of his life, and he's going to feel better than anybody backstage. This guy was smiling backstage.
I felt great, you know. I mean, probably in reality I was all freaked up, but I felt good. So Saturday, so we're in Iowa. Woke up butt cracked on because we had to check in. It was like 8 a.m. or something. So so we got up at like 4.
That's why the NBF does live jet shows.
So we did. So we got up butt cracked on. At a normal meal, I had salmon. And I think Ezekiel or salmon and sweet potato.
I like salmon for the fact there's some sodium in there. I also like the fact that it has some fat in there, some good healthy fat, and it's just a good pre-contest, easy to digest meal.
So I basically had 2 normal meals, you know, basically 42, 10, and 60. And then basically Marc was just watching me. After that point, we went into just rice cakes and honey every 30 minutes. Ramping up to getting on stage. I think it was about 30-45 minutes out. I had a small little packet of I think it was Frosted Cheerios.
Oh no, it was Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. No, they're Magically Delicious. I'm sorry, you're right.
And Lucky Charms are they're now my pre-contest cereal of choice. I used Honey Nut Cheerios. Imagine how good I would have been.
Oh, you would have been insane.
I would have been Magically Delicious.
So I had just a small little snack.
And also, you guys are gonna ask how much honey do we put on our rice cake?
I mean, it was basically. Then I took my rice cake and it was like this.
Swirl.
So basically what I did is I had that 30 minutes out, I did down 1 Reese's peanut butter cup, 10 minutes out, another 10 Reese's peanut butter cup, went on stage, kicked ass.
And then you saw the carnage.
And then you saw it, right? So then basically after that I just had rice cakes and honey for the next couple of hours. Basically every half an hour to an hour I had a rice cake and honey. Then we went to Fuddruckers, had a nice lean buffalo burger and sweet potato fries.
I like to keep cheese out of it because a lot of people do have some lactose intolerance. He does.
I didn't want to get all bloated.
So what we did is we had a plain, you had a bison burger.
I had a bison burger.
A bison burger
nice
on a bun, a wheat bun, and
lettuce,
just ketchup, and a little bit of fries.
Sweet potato fries.
Want the fries in there? You know, the salt, the carbs, the fat. And then we went to and then we just went.
And then we went back to rice cakes and honey and then basically followed the little bit of cereal with peanut butter cup protocol again, and that was it.
We knew he'd be in the finals because he completely destroyed his class.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that's the hard part about. That's why I love the live judge shows of the ANBF. Because you only have to peak once. Peaking someone twice is like the refractory period when you have sex. You don't know if it's going to work again.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you're like, it's like the, what do they call it? The accordion dick?
I'm not sure.
Okay, but nonetheless, Google it. Yeah. So I think the twins call it the accordion dick.
There you go.
So we're going to have a TMW shout out for that terminology. So we brought him in, came in hard. Now, it was perfect, and that's what we did. Essentially, what you do is you stay normal. You don't cut water. Don't do anything stupid.
Right.
If you're lean enough, you do not need to cut water. The key is you're too damn fat if you need to cut water. Get leaner. Right now, if you go to my subscribe to my Instagram, Marc Lobliner on Instagram. I don't have much fat, but I'm doing everything that everybody would say would hold water. I don't even know how much friggin' creatine I'm getting because every damn product I take puts 5 grams in it. I probably get 100 fucking grams a day, and I'm as dry as a 90-year-old woman's vagina.
Yeah.
So I mean, the bottom line is, if you have no subcutaneous fat, you have nowhere to store water, and if you are storing water, it's going to be in your muscle.
Yes. How about get rid of the fat?
How about just diet harder and hire better trainers who know how to get you lean? Now, I will say at this show there were some well-represented trainers there. There were a lot of groups you guys have heard of, and none of them brought the conditioning that he brought. So boom, take that. So it was. I think we, and also post-contest, don't binge. You'll see he's still shredded.
Yeah, look at the pictures on Instagram. Mark posted one today. I'm 6 weeks. I think I'm happy where I am.
After the show, we had a IHOP meal with egg whites.
I don't think I had a true cheat meal until a week after, when I had a beautiful filet and mastichioli and some stuff like that was my cheat meal.
I had a cheat meal too.
I don't think I've had any dessert yet.
Her name was Becky.
Yeah, that's right. No, it was good. But at the end of the day, you know what? If you have a good trainer, if you have the Hollywood militia, like, listen. If you question, it's good to question things in life and to seek understanding. But if you're going to start questioning things, then you're not going to get results. If it's written down, these people know what they're doing. Freaking do it. I'm not saying that because he's my brother. Because sometimes I don't agree with him. But you know what? He's done this a lot more times for a lot more people with a lot more success than I ever have. Right? He's seen different people. He's seen what I've done before, and he brought me in straight. I mean,
there's only one other person I've seen. There's a couple other people I've seen completely crush it as trainers consistently, and they'll have a couple misses here and there. Just sometimes it's a client messing up. You can't always control what people do. One would be obviously my partner John. Put his contact info below, and I know the reason he's expensive is because he's damn good in Lane Norton. Those are the two other guys I can say, in addition to me, are fantastic at bringing people in. So if you're looking for a trainer, if you're rich, hire Lane. If you're poor, hire us, right? I think that's how it goes. No, but those are there's other great trainers. Jason Theobald's good. I mean, but those are the guys that I consistently see at these shows where I bring people in, and I'm like, that's Lane's guy. Yeah. How do you know? He has glutes.
You can tell.
And you'll tell our guys, because our guys are generally the ones who look like they're going to die.
Right. But I mean, at the end, freaking do it. Like, you can write down the best plan in the world. If you could write down the perfect plan for that person, and if you don't do the shit, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. So
it's not gonna work. Do the plan and do it 100%. And there's no 110%. Right? Do it 100%. Do it everything that is written down as hard as you can, and you get results. Is bodybuilding an easy sport?
It's not a game.
I've done 5 shows. The first 4 shows, I killed myself. And to really get to that next level, I had to just destroy myself. Yeah. And you know what? It works.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like the architect can draw up the greatest building plan, but unless the builders come in and actually put it in, and you're the builder, you need to build that body. We're just going to write you a good plan, but the thing is, check in. My clients need to check in daily, whether they're competing or not. John's even more extreme than me, where I'll give you macros, I'll adjust them or something. John literally will send a new set of macros like you've never even trained with him every single day. There's different methods. Lane, I believe, is more of a weekly type guy, but we all get results. So that's it. Anything you want to add about your prep?
No. It was hard, and it was worthwhile.
So if you have any questions, we'll try and answer them. In around a month, you're going to see a lot more of these. All right, guys, thanks so much. And contest prep, be sure, and I'm going to end on this, and I said this to our training partner this morning at the gym. You know what, if you're going to get involved in competing, make sure your family life is in check, make sure your business is in check, and make sure you can afford to be about 70% of the person you were before. Because I've seen it mess up a lot of things. So make sure you're mentally ready to compete.
Let me add one thing in here. You know what? It fricked up my family. I'm not going to lie. I was a mess. But we actually, before I competed, we sat down and had a family meeting. Literally, my wife and 2 kids. And I said, we were all in together, right? I didn't do this on my own because it was their lives as well. We went in together. They knew what they were getting into. They've seen it before, right? And they knew that it was going to be 4 months of hell for the family and my short temper and everything else, right? If you have people around you, a wife, you're living with your mom in your basement, whatever you're doing, right? Make sure everybody's all in.
And one more thing, even if you're in shape, allow yourself 16 to 32 weeks minimum to get on stage. 16 is if you're him, and he was at like 6.5%, 7% body fat. 32 weeks if you're above 10%. I want time. I took 37 weeks and I started at 7%.
Yeah.
So that's it, guys. Thanks so much. If you have any questions, let us know. Dude, you got a pro card, man.
Thank you, bro.
Awesome.
All right.
Because being a pro blinder, it's not a game. That was good.
Unknown misery. Cryptic.
You roll with chicky rappers, now we rebuke them. You roll with picky lovers, now we refuse them. You see them city sluggers, yeah, we recruit them. We ain't no blind sheep, so we